Hey dudes, everyone always asks me why I hate the UK so much. Well, this is basically one of the many reasons why. So it's 20 degrees, it was really nice and sunny, and then all of a sudden it just starts raining for no reason whatsoever. So yeah, that's reason number one in my huge list of reasons why I hate the UK. But we've got a trick tip to do. Luckily I managed to film the trick before it started raining, so I'm going to head on home and we'll get this trick tip done. Thrown Sidewinders today. Let's give them a crack. Rad, so Thrown Sidewinders. First of all, they are a truck transfer trick. So we want to be really comfortable getting up into a 50-50 or a truck stand at first. Also, as a truck transfer trick, these can be a bit tricky, and I definitely wouldn't recommend doing this as your first ever truck transfer, alright? So it might actually help you to know a few others first, maybe learn fan flips, maybe have a go at carousels as well, just so that you're used to catching back on the truck. In terms of difficulty, these can be quite hard and they're pretty high impact, so I'd give them kind of a 4 out of 5 perhaps. Quite difficult to get consistent, so familiarise yourself with some truck tricks first, and then you should be in a bit of a better position to make this happen. So what we need to think about with a thrown sidewinder is that we are throwing with one hand and catching with the opposite hand on the opposite truck and with the opposite foot. Okay, so you might have seen a sidewinder before where someone gets into the truck, lets the board down slowly, then pulls up from the other side. What we're doing here is with that backhand, we're throwing the board down and kicking the foot that's on the truck outward and catching with the other hand and the other truck. Okay, so it's quite a hard, quite a complicated thing to do at first. So let's take a little look at the breakdown on the video here, because the best way for you to understand this is to kind of watch through it and have it broken down a little bit, I think. So I'm pulling up in the truck, just as I would do normally. Now I'm keeping my weight pretty central over that truck. Now I'm going to preload this a little, so I'm going to bend that knee a little bit so I'm ready to jump. I'm going to have to get a little bit of height for this one. The board has quite a lot to do and I want to be able to really throw it and boot that foot out, so I'm going to need to get some height. So as I jump, you can see that with that backhand I'm throwing the board kind of out and down a little, and that's going to make the board tip so that it brings that opposite truck into line for me. One of the key things here, which has really helped me get to grips with this trick, quite literally, is having that front hand ready. So as soon as I'm throwing the board down and out, my front hand is coming down ready to grab the nose of the board as it comes up. So when I'm throwing the board, I'm having to jump up a little bit and throw it downwards. Okay, you might be able to see that on the video here. So I'm having to jump up a bit and then throw the board down. Right, so I'm forcing the board away from that foot that's on the truck. Then, like I say, as soon as the nose is coming up, I'm going to reach down and grab the nose, plant that other foot onto the truck nice and solid. Now one of the main things that will go wrong with your thrown sidewinders is that you will end up trying to catch the nose of the board really, really low. Okay, so a bit like when you're learning to do a broken fingers and you get your fingers trapped underneath the nose of the board. So what you need to be making sure you're doing is jumping high and really throwing that board down to get the flip over. What you can get used to is, just like when we were learning saran wraps and carousels, maybe try the motion without being on your board first. Get used to throwing the board and catching on the other truck. You'll get the idea of how we need to kind of throw the board down and outward. Okay, so another thing I get asked about is finger tape. Do I need to wear finger tape? Can I wear finger tape? Of course you can. You can do whatever the hell you want. I'm not your boss, man. But in my opinion, accept that you've got to pay to play sometimes. You're going to get scabby fingers, alright? Worse things can happen. Just accept it and move on. Personally, I prefer not to wear finger tape because I lose a bit of dexterity. So it's up to you. If you want to play it safe and use finger tape, that's cool. But, you know, grow nice, callous, horrible hands. You know, hands that could, like, you know, shuck an oyster. Yeah. Okay, guys, so that's thrown sidewinders. I know this is quite brief, but there's not a huge amount to discuss really. Those are all the key points. It's down to you now. Like I say, it's just a case of getting that grab. I think that's the most important thing. Getting the foot on the truck isn't too bad, but getting the grab is a little bit harder. If you found that useful, please share this around your friends. Leave us a like or subscribe if you would like to do. I'm not going to force you to do that, it's up to you. And stay tuned because there'll be some more freestyle trick tips coming up. Let me know in the comments what you want to see. I'll do my best to make it happen. Nice one. Cheers guys, keep supporting freestyle, have fun and ditch the finger tape. Nice one. Bye bye.